Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Reference Roundtable. My name is Michael. I'm here with Sarah today. Lacey's out, so it's just the two of us for now. Sorry, I stepped on my microphone there. You would hate to not be able to hear me, right? We have something that I'm really excited about to share with you all today. If you saw the title of today's episode, we're talking about book club kits. So if you've checked a book club kit out in the past, which is possible, you might wonder what these are because they don't look like what we've had before. We probably introduced book club kits to the Sioux City Public Library's collection 2-3 years ago. It's been a couple years now. Right. And it's been a smaller collection that we've let folks kind of find on their own. And the response has been really cool. Just the other day, a couple came in to find a kit to check out for their book discussion group, and that's really the audience we wanted to create this collection for. I've only lived in Sioux City for about 5 years now, but one of the things I'm always so impressed by with our community is how many book clubs there are in Sioux City. So many of you are part of book clubs, and I think it is so awesome. And so anything that we can do to kind of help you all in your book clubs is, really rewarding work for us to do. I know I love, one of my favorite parts of my job is I get to facilitate the library's book club. It's open book club, and that's free and open to any of you to participate in. I know a lot of our Reference Roundtable watchers already come to open book club, but not everybody is able to join us during the times we meet, or maybe, they don't really want to read any of the books we're reading. So these book club kits are an opportunity for, the library to still help people in book discussions wherever you choose to have them. So, what is in a book club kit? Well, we're going to dive into them today, go through these book club kits that we have in front of us. They're all in these brand new, beautiful bags. We'll talk about kind of why would you want to check out a book club kit versus just trying to put holds on multiple copies of one of these books. And let's just get into it. If you have any questions about the kits or about open book club, please feel free to comment below. Or if you have a book club that you want to promote to anybody else in the community, shout it out in the comments below. I mean, we have a lot of readers who watch this later. So if you're looking to get more people into your group or to start a book club, maybe now's your time.
I think you forgot the best part.
What?
That we created book clubs for these books.
And I don't know what to call it, if we call it fantasy book club or not.
Yeah, I like that.
Fantasy book club. Mm-hmm. So Sarah and I were thinking, what's a fun way to share these book club kits with you all? And we thought that it would be fun if we each chose a couple of the kits from the collection and then invented imaginary dream book clubs for each. And so I don't know about you, I'm thinking celebrities, famous people living or dead, fictional characters,
and
anybody.
Yeah, because a lot of these books we've already talked about because they've been summer reading or book club, and so it's we don't want to just go over the books again. So let's pick a book club.
And it's fun
that will do them.
Think about who would I want to read these books with? Mine definitely have a theme. I don't know about yours. Before we dive into the 4 that we chose to show you today, I do want to show you this real quick here on our super high-tech Sky camera. This beautiful poster our colleague Maddie made. There's that QR code for you. I'll leave that on screen for a minute. If you scan that QR code, it will take you to a list of all the book club kits we have on offer in the library's catalog. So they're located here at the downtown branch and at the Morningside branch if you want to come in and browse them somewhere. Otherwise, if you scan that QR code, it takes you to the full list on the catalog page. There's also a carousel with all of the book club kits on the catalog homepage for you to look at as well. And then this poster is just a visual aid that we have in all the branches that shows you all the awesome different books you have to choose from. So as you can see, there's nonfiction, fiction, mysteries, and within those 3 categories, there's just so much. Chances are you can look at this picture and find at least one book that your group would like to read together. So that is kind of to give you an idea of how many there are. I believe there are 42 that we have in the collection, so lots to choose from. But out of those 42, Sarah and I each chose 2, so you'll get to see 4. And I think we had a really good cross section, so you'll get to see a good idea of what kind of variety the kids have.
Yeah, for sure.
Should we each do ours one at a time?
Yeah, we can do one at a time.
And we can go through the kits and what they have in them while we're showing you our titles.
Yeah, we can do that. You want to go?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I was inspired by the late Diane Keaton. She just passed away recently, right? And I've been thinking about the movie First Wives Club a lot. And I noticed that there were 2 titles that have book club kits that I thought would be kind of fun to pair together under this First Wives Club idea. So one of my book clubs is the First Wives Book Club, and the other one is a book club for the other woman or the other women. It would be the Other Women's Book Club, and I have a whole plan for that one too. So I think either would be a great option for them. They can always start with one, come back and check out the other later. So this one, The Divorce Colony, I am going to go ahead. We'll give this to the Other Women Book Club. So my plan for this book club, this is a nonfiction book. So one of the nonfiction options, and it's all about Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which was like the divorce capital of the U.S. During like the 1890s, late 1800s. And women would come from all across the country to set up temporary residence in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, to get their divorces. And this whole like cottage industry culture kind of came up around it. So I think this would be a really good book for a bunch of home wreckers, if you will, to get together and read. Now, my plan, so that it doesn't feel like a really bitter book club, is this book club would be hosted by Debbie Reynolds, but it'd be co-hosted with Elizabeth Taylor. So Elizabeth Taylor and Debbie Reynolds would co-host it at Debbie Reynolds' house. I'd like to think Carrie Fisher would be there. I think maybe Lana Del Rey, people who sing a lot about home wreckers or the other woman cheating.
There you go.
Maybe Carrie Underwood can bring the Louisville Slugger. Anybody who's been through a breakup, but perhaps they're not on the most sympathetic side of the breakup, a little bit more of a scandalous crowd for this one, because I think although it's nonfiction, it's history, it is kind of a juicy, salacious bit there. So in a kit, you get 6 copies of the book, and that is because chances are 6 copies will be enough to get through most book clubs. Your group might be a little bit smaller, a little bit larger. Each kit has 6 in there. You get the 6 books for 6 weeks. So that is like double the checkout period of a normal item. So that way, say you have 12 people in your group, you can each use these 6 books within those 6 weeks. Then hopefully that's the goal there. So you get more books and you have them for a longer checkout period. The kits also come with these little notebooks, and this is just something for you to leave a little bit of a, you can leave a note for the next group about what you thought of the book. You can paste a picture in here. We just ask you don't put anything in here that like food or flowers that would rot after a while. We don't want anything that will dirty the kit, but this is just a kind of, I know the groups who've been using the kits enjoy leaving a note for the next group in the notebook. So kind of a way to build community there. I also have these in here in case you don't have a book club, right? But you really want to read one of these kits and you want to talk about it with somebody. You can check out the kit. We're not going to prove that you have 6 people reading them. And you can leave your thoughts on the book in the notebook. And that way, even if you're not part of a book club, you can still share your thoughts on the book with other people. How do you find out what thoughts you have about a book? You've never talked about books before. You don't even know where to start, especially with nonfiction. It's either true or it's not, right? Well, how do we talk about this? Well, each of the kits also has a bright orange sheet. And on one side are 10 tips for successful book discussions. And on the other side are suggested questions. These 8 suggested questions are starting points for any book. They're good to use, whether it's fiction, nonfiction. They're meant to get the conversation going so that you can all take it from there. So those are the things that you'll find in each kit. And yeah, so my Other Woman book club. I can't decide if I like the name like The Other Women, or should I make it gender neutral and just say like the Homewreckers book club. I don't know. You can comment below on your thoughts. So
yeah,
that's this one for the divorce colony.
Okay.
And my other one, which I thought would be a good pairing, is The Stepford Wives. So fiction, horror, but kind of like black, dark comedy horror. Yeah. This one would be for the First Wives book club. So maybe this one's also at Debbie Reynolds' house. It's hard for me to imagine it just because with Diane Keaton passing this week, if I say the First Wives Club, I'm going to think her, Goldie Hawn, and
I can't remember.
Bette Midler.
Oh, okay.
In it.
Yep.
But I think there are maybe, I don't know, who was Jeff Bezos' ex-wife? I forget her name. Melinda Gates could be in this.
Okay.
I think like there's some really powerful divorcees out there who could like come together and have a really good book club. Yeah. And I think the Stepford Wives would be a great one. I think that like that group would pick up on the humor in it, and I think it would bring some levity. Because once again, I don't want these two imaginary fantasy book clubs to just be bitter, right? And maybe eventually they could even like come together.
Oh yeah.
I also
read a third book.
Right. Mm-hmm. Maybe like that'll be like the making up and remarrying group. I don't know. Liz Taylor could be in that one too. And I don't know why I'm thinking about Elizabeth Taylor and like Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, like these old Hollywood references.
I don't know.
I was born in the 90s. I don't know why I'm pulling from there. But I don't know. These two just spoke to me and they told that story, and I had First Wives Club on my mind. So I think fun. I want like the people who wrecked the marriage and the people whose marriage was wrecked. And like those lists are so long, so many celebrities, historical figures, and regular people. I think that would be a cathartic mix.
Fun.
Yeah, those are mine.
Okay. So my first book that I chose is Rough Sleepers, and I've caught the poster. And it's nonfiction, and it's about homelessness, basically the homelessness crisis, and it's written by Tracy Kidder. The Dr. Tracy Kidder? I can't remember. I feel like there was doctors in this book, here. Right?
I think Tracy Kidder follows a doctor.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that's right. Or the hospital. Yeah, Boston. Yeah. I don't know.
It's like an outreach.
Read that. It was very interesting and different perspectives on different things. Yeah. Made you think a lot. So I feel like it's a great book club book.
For sure.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I used ChatGPT to help me form these book clubs because I was in a time crunch, and also I just wanted to see what AI thought.
Yeah,
honestly, it's kind of, I thought it was interesting.
Robot book club.
So I told it ChatGPT, let me know, and they went all out.
Okay, I'm kind of curious,
but I'm not gonna read it all because they put like, why is it a good fit? How they'll add to the dynamic. But I put actors, celebrities, characters, public figures, anything basically, anything that people would know. So for this book club, ChatGPT told me Fred Rogers would be the voice of compassion.
For sure, I could see Fred Rogers.
Yep. Atticus Finch, the moral advocate.
Definitely. Public defender kind of vibes.
Oscar the Grouch, the unfiltered voice.
Well, and
also living experience.
Lives on the street.
Right. Brene Brown.
Okay.
The vulnerability scholar.
Yeah.
And Dolly Parton, the community voice. So I thought it was pretty
fun.
Great.
Yeah,
right?
That's a great mix.
I thought that was really fun.
That is fun.
I think that would
I would love to go to that book club.
Right? Like very intelligent
for sure
conversation. Maybe except for Oscar the Grouch, but maybe they could sway him.
Listen, Oscar the Grouch. Maybe Oscar's grouchy because he's all knowing.
Right. He would definitely bring a interesting perspective.
Oh, for sure. And I'm sure like Dolly Parton's been on Sesame Street. They're probably old friends.
Yeah, I bet they all have. For Atticus Finch, but Fred, like Mr. Rogers, yeah.
But they've probably played like a spoof on To Kill a Mockingbird at some point.
You never know. Yeah.
That sounds like a good book club.
I thought
that is good.
Great. Okay, so that was my first one. And my second one I chose fiction. I chose The Antidote by Karen Russell. And this was just one of the summer reading
Yes.
books this year, I
And
believe, right?
And it just came out this week. It's on the shortlist for the National Book Award, I believe. So
Oh,
might win the National Book Award.
cool. And I haven't read this one, but it's been on my list,
Good.
just because it sounds so unique and interesting.
I think you'll like it a lot.
I think I would.
It has a few things that you enjoy in your books in it.
And like, what's the refresh me on the premise.
It's set in small town Nebraska during the Dust Bowl time, so like the 1930s. There's a teenager. She's on her high school's basketball team. You follow her as she kind of becomes the apprentice of this prairie witch, and the prairie witch like works with people in the town to like kind of store their memories they don't want to keep. So it's like about repressed memories. There's also this photographer who comes in from like the Works Progress Administration, like the New Deal projects, and she has this camera, and when she takes pictures of things, it shows them like outside of time, like either the future and the past. So there are actually like pictures in there too that go with the story. It's really bizarre, but good.
Yeah. So yeah, that sounds very interesting. And I would love to be in this book club too.
Oh,
after I read it. So the first person is Mary Shelley as the visionary observer.
Okay. I could see Mary Shelley.
It says why she's a good fit. She understood the allure and terror of the unknown.
I also think she understands like the terror of being a teenage girl, and this book speaks to that, I think.
Yeah, for sure. The other one is Wednesday Addams. So I think that, like what you just said, that perfect. The deadpan cynic, and also teen girl. Prince, the eccentric philosopher, because he's artistic, mystique, layered identity, and surreal creative vision make him a wild card.
And like, there could be an argument made that Prince is a prairie witch, right? Like Midwestern, a little spooky.
Yep. David Bowie, the cosmic poet, says his fascination with identity, transformation, and otherworldly aesthetics.
Yeah.
So, how cool. And then Willy Wonka, the chaotic visionary, because he brings whimsy and menace in equal measure.
This book does have whimsy and menace in it. Huh.
So, I thought that was like such a crazy, cool mix.
If David Bowie read this, he'd go do like a concept album of like Americana country music or something.
I could see that too, for sure. So,
well, I like that you had like specific names. I had like general ideas of types of person, but it kind of goes to show like there's a million ways to construct a group you want to read a book with.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have you can be grouped around an affinity. Like maybe you all are bird watchers. You like to go birding. I don't think it's called bird watching anymore. The Audubon Society taught me about this. Sorry, Audubon Society. Birding. Maybe you like to go birding, and that's your affinity group that you gather yourselves around. Or maybe like it is more specific, and you do have a group of friends. Like yours would have to be groups of friends, right?
Like for each like a piece.
How else would you group? Like I can't until you explained that. I wouldn't have been able to like give you a one. I couldn't describe them the way I described mine. Yeah. Kind of cool, but like they both would be really rewarding reading groups, I think.
I think so too.
Oh, now that's like a fun game to play. See what ChatGPT says in my book.
Yeah, and it would. Well, you could even do that with Open Book Club. Like go on there and be like, who would attend this book club, and then tell your attendees who else would be with you.
when we release the 2026 list, I should put it through there and see what the robots tell us. Yeah, our robot overlords. We love you, robots. I'm talking to all the computers in the room. Well, these book club kits, like we said earlier, they are located here at the downtown library and at the Morningside branch. We have more of them here downtown than are at Morningside if you're looking to just browse them in person. Otherwise, look for them on the catalog page. You can place a hold on any of them, which means, yes, you can place a hold for pickup at Perry Creek if that's where you like to pick up your books. We'll send it over there just like we would any other hold. And, sorry, I had to catch my breath. I think that's all I really have to tell you about book club kits. It is so fun watching people like look through them and check them out. I always Like the person's like, oh, I know which one I want to do, but I know which one my group would want to do. And so feel free to ask any of us at the reference desk for, advice on picking out which one you think would be a good fit for your group. But you did say earlier, most of these we've talked about on Reference Roundtable before because they've come from Open Book Club or they come from summer reading. And so when we put them in kits, we're kind of looking for the books that we think would be best for these book discussions. So you can kind of trust that we've already looked at all of these and thought, this is a book you can have a book club about. And especially for something like this Rough Sleepers one, I know when we see a lot of like the community concerns surveys, like the unhoused population, homelessness is a big concern in Sioux City. So how cool would it be if you had a reading group about like this as a special topic, if it's something you're concerned about? So lots of different reasons to have a book club, but you also don't need a reason to have your book club. So
exactly.
I hope this inspired you, whether you're part of a book group or not, to maybe check out these kits. They're in these brand new, beautiful bags. And I think they're a lot of fun. The folks who use them really enjoy them. So we wanted to put you all onto them as well.
Yeah.
We will be back next week.
Yep.
I don't know what we'll do, but it's October.
We'll do
Lacey
something.
will be here.
Yep. I think we should all be here.
New books, spooky something.
Yeah.
Autumnal vibes. Who knows? Well, we'll see you regardless of what we're doing next Thursday on Reference Roundtable. Between now and then, just keep on reading, check out a book club kit, and we'll see you later.